Hello and super dope. So I bet you've been wondering, hey, where's that manga review those fuckheads do? Well, surprise, it's here. You could have had it a week early if you signed up for the Patreon, but no, you won't do that now, will you? Anyway, that's okay, because honestly, the people who got this early on Patreon this week had to sit through a less than optimal episode in terms of audio quality. So this is just me at the front saying, hey, my bad, I'm sorry. It's still super dope. I imagine. I don't remember. Let's see. Me, Raysean, GB, Hayden. All right. So go. Here it comes. Also, if you didn't hear me and Raysean jump on Hayden's podcast, Dokkan When, the other week, go check it out. We talk all about Dragon Ball Z movies, our favorites, and things that we would like to see adapted from those movies into the modern day Dragon Ball canon. Spoiler alert, I picked movie 13, Wrath of the Dragon. Haru Garn, Tapion, Trunks' sword. Let's make that shit work somehow. Anyway, thanks for supporting the show. You want to get the episodes early, patreon.com/Dragon Ball Super Dope. There's a link in the description or show notes or whatever. And yeah, super dope. Welcome into Dragon Ball Super Dope. My name is Kyle. Thank you for checking this out. I got a full house in here today, and man, if you just listen to the preceding 9 minutes of a Patreon pre-show, you know that they've got all sorts of weird shit on the brain. First, joined today by my brother Raysean. Ray, how you doing, dude?
I am doing great. Great to be here and talking with you guys. Well,
hell yeah. GB, how you doing, dude? Two months in a row. Welcome back home for real, I guess.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I'm glad I'm not that busy.
What's good about GB these days is that he has a functional camera so I can see his face.
Yeah, and I did a face reveal, so.
Real face reveal. And, happy belated birthday to you, by the way. I know it was your birthday last week.
I didn't know. Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated GB.
39
now.
Damn, I was almost there.
Wait, Raysean, how old are you, bro?
I'm 26.
Surrounded
by
mountains.
Honestly, you look your age, so.
Thank you. What's his name said I have to look 30 or 40. So I
said 29.
I was kind of hurt. I'm like,
fucking
damn.
Rude. And
I've never did no crack or anything. Like,
fourth black
no meth.
The fourth voice you hear is Hayden from the Dokkan When podcast. Hayden, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. A little cold, but I can handle it.
Me and Raysean were just on Hayden's show the other day. There's a link in the show notes to it where we talked about basically our favorite Dragon Ball Z movies and what we'd like to see adapted into the canon from those movies, at least for my examples, because I misunderstood the assignment. So
I did too.
No, we mostly
I came in there prepared, so it's crazy.
Yeah, prepared with a totally different thing than I had prepared, but that's neither here nor there. We're here today. Probably a quick conversation because I've been saying it every month for the last, 10 months, 12 months. We're at the end of this retelling of a movie that I watched on a big movie screen last summer, in the summer of 22. So we're almost at the end here. Almost there. We're here to talk about Chapter 99, Son Gohan's Ultimate Awakening. And then a little comment at the end that Victor Uchida made doing some press the other day, which has the fandom abuzz. So, I don't know, man. Who wants to start? What'd you think of the chapter? We'll start with
me.
All right, fine. Right, go.
First, I want to start off and say I thought this retelling was pretty interesting. You got some good fight scenes with Piccolo and Cell. Get the whole build up of the of Gohan. I thought the Piccolo basically having to tell Gohan to charge up all his time. It just, I get it, because you get these moments where it look like Piccolo's about to die because he's getting his ass molly whooped. Because I don't know. I like the one thing they said in the earlier chapter when they was like, just because I get bigger doesn't mean I actually get stronger. It's more like a bluff, because this chapter really proved it, because he was getting destroyed out there. Like, damn. Like, if you thought this was going to be a kaiju fight, nope. This was a kaiju beating the shit out of something else. And it was just like, I'm buying you time. So, man, let you do something with the time I'm buying you. And I hate when you have those moments where it's like you looking at the main character and you getting your ass whooped, and they just looking at you get your ass whooped. Like, come on, why ain't you charging up? Right now? I ain't you doing something? Like, don't just watch me get my ass whooped. Like, we all know this is happening right now. But like, I thought this chapter was okay. It was kind of entertaining. I kind of like kept hearing this like thing where people like we're over, but I felt like we still haven't gotten to like even the end of the chapter. Like we got the new form. The new form, I'll say the Gohan transformation is, I mean, I always think it looks cartoonish. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the hair.
It's the hair.
How the hair looks. It just makes it looks kind of cartoonish to me. I would love to see it like next to other transformations, maybe, or I don't know. He still gives off the badass aura type of thing, but it's just not a cool ass transformation in my mindset. But I still give the chapter a decent. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do think that's the most enjoyable part of the chapter is Piccolo having that I'm about to get my ass whooped for you moment. Please make something useful of it. Seriously, I'm getting the shit kicked out of me. Please focus and stop watching me get the shit kicked out of me. Oh man, GB, what'd you think, man?
I've actually have been enjoying like the subtle differences, if not significant differences, of these chapters. Like I know everyone's like, oh god, it's just a retelling, and I'm like, dude, honestly, I enjoy it because there's differences. And now it's like, you know, when they ever do decide to become an anime, I mean, shit, you never know. They might actually say, you know, we're going to change it up significantly, like what they did with the Goku Black arc. And, you know, it is what it is at that point. But I feel like they're at this
reverse order on it, though.
Yeah, sorry, reverse order. But I would really like to see this actually just put to the anime, just immediately be like, okay, we're gonna do the same thing as the manga, because I did really enjoy it. I loved the subtle differences, and I loved how like even in an earlier chapter, I don't think I talked about this, or maybe I wasn't there, but when they had Trunks and Goten, like they had a moment with Gamma 1 and 2, and they're like, hey, didn't he design us off of them? Yeah. And it's like, I did really like that. And again, like Piccolo really being like, get your shit together, Gohan. Come on now. I know you strong. Let's see it. Like, I did really enjoy that. And I really am like, I'm happy that next chapter should be the end and we get to see what's coming next. And I really did enjoy this chapter. I will give it to Raysean about the Beast look. Again, because we all probably watched the movie before we obviously saw this. And the movie was definitely a little bit more hype, but definitely like I appreciate both from where it is, you know?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're saying, because even like the difference, not because I think a difference is Android 18 breaking the wing of Cell, because I don't think they did that in the movie.
Oh yeah, they definitely didn't.
So it's like I like those little different.
Piccolo arm thing. Did Piccolo lose his arm in the movie, or is that just like a?
I thought he did lose his arm.
He did. He did.
But I don't remember him doing all the wrap up he was doing at the end.
He did do that too.
He did do that.
Okay.
I did like what I really like especially is that they really focus on like, okay, we're not just gonna sit here and be off screen. Like we're gonna actually come out and be like, hey, let's actually work together and finish this, because that is something I feel that Dragon Ball has kind of done a decent job with like including characters off screen, but like actually putting them and be like, okay, let's actually have them fight and help like finish this, you know. I really do enjoy that.
Yeah, they did something with Pan too. That was pretty cool.
Hayden, what'd you think, Ben?
I really did enjoy this chapter. Even though it's just the fact that there's a lot of combat was a bit drug out, in my opinion. I know it's getting to that point where it's a lot of combat, and that's all they can actually do. But it was very cool to see some of the panels and stuff as they really did it. I laughed at one of the panels on the wings breaking, because it was just, I didn't think it worked, and then it did work in a way I didn't think, which also is really cool to still show the usability of some of the older moves that Dragon Ball does have. And though, you know, said character may not be the strongest, but they can still contend, and it's not like uber powerful, but it can still at least do some damage. I do like that part. But overall, very good chapter. Probably one of my favorite, I guess, panels is when in this whole probably Dragon Ball Super comes from this chapter, and I've immediately made it my background on my phone, and it's good chapter, just good, fun, great chapter.
You're gonna tell us what the panel is, or just leave us wondering?
I was gonna say, I said no. Last time I talked future stuff, you griped at me. It's a Beast Gohan. Whenever his first thing of transforming, absolutely peak. I love. Let's see if I can find it. I'm looking at it on my screen.
I know. I think we know which one you mean, but
I'm looking at it on my screen. It's fucking beautiful. I love every bit of it. His hair's like 80% of him, but that don't matter. He's still cool.
I really like his shoes. His shoes look solid in that shot. Solid shoe.
Yeah, that's the Namekian 7s.
Yep,
baby. 7.5.
Clothes beam. Clothes beam coming in handy.
Clothes beam. All right. So yeah, I think this has been, I don't know, it's a whatever chapter. It's very much a drawn out action based chapter for the purposes of like, we're almost at the end, but we're not there yet. And the way it ends, obviously he's charging up the Makakosapo, but we'll see if he takes all 45 pages to shoot it next month. But I want to just point out something that GB brought up during his little discussion of it was when Toyotaro is given the creative liberty to be able to do a little bit more in terms of detail or like mix some things up, get some other people involved, maybe like tie some lines of thinking or reasoning together. And you gave the best example was how are the Gammas not based off of the Great Saiyaman? That's how I went into that movie. How the fuck are these two completely and independent by themselves? How have they never met the Great Saiyaman? Are they going to meet the Great Saiyaman? No. That's dumb. How does that not happen? And Toyotaro obviously felt the same fucking way that we did. And he was like, I'm going to make this make sense. Watch this. Goten and Trunks, they're like the Saiyaman that inspire them. So whenever he's given the creative liberties to be able to do little things like that, I think it does improve the overall storytelling of it and just makes it a little bit more enjoyable and not just a straight up rehash. And the extra cast, like Krillin, like 18, like Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Gamma 1. Them being able to jump in sporadically throughout the battle to be able to like provide a little bit of cover or a little bit of additional damage in these moments where it's like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Oh, Krillin's here with the cans on. Oh no, it didn't work. Android 18 is gonna double drop kick that bitch right off. Oh, we got a gun. Whoopsh. Gamma 1 gun. Real fun. Those moments are the only thing that are keeping me like, I don't want to say invested. That's a strong word, but the only thing that like give me a little bit of like
makes it interesting to read.
It's not even that interesting. Let's not go that far. It's like, okay,
curious enough.
That's fun. Yeah, you know. Okay, I'm glad you did something a little different. Thanks for entertaining me for half of a second and give me a little, you know, like that's the only thing I have to look forward to in these chapters. And he continues to do it. This was another good example of it today, but this shit is like this arc as a retelling in the manga is one of the biggest fucking slaps in the face that Dragon Ball fans have ever had to endure. I'm hard fucking pressed to give you another example of the magnitude of this magnitude. So
I would agree and disagree, and the only reason why I say that is because actually there was a question I thought of, and maybe I should have probably read the chapter before. I think it was like maybe 2 chapters beforehand. But the one I have is, I think there's like a huge difference actually, and maybe I'm totally wrong. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but with Gamma 2, you know, doing the whole thing where he, like, you know, in the movie he basically gives his all and basically dies.
Oh,
right?
We talked about this on that episode, on that chapter.
Right. I feel like we did, right? And maybe I'm just not remembering because my memory has been really terrible. But
gotta lay off the weed, dog.
I don't even smoke weed, dude.
Damn it. You just tell people that you do to sound cool. What's your problem?
Yeah, because California. But did he actually die, or is he at a point where it's like it's beyond repair, or are they gonna just try to make the parts a new part?
Thought.
I think that's something we probably gonna have to figure out in the next chapter or something. I think it's after Cell dies. That's where
he disintegrates at the end of the movie. His body like disintegrates, turns into dust or whatever. Because I had the same thought. I was like, yo, is he still maybe alive? Are they gonna snatch his body up and fix him? Because that's one of the worst things about that movie to me was I like both the Gammas. Gamma 2 is my favorite. And the first fucking thing they do with him is kill him. What the hell? I love
it. They gave us one, and they gave us Hito, and I guess they made Bulma kind of stronger in this movie because she gets all of them at the end because they go work for her. I always tell people Bulma is one of the most well-connected people in Dragon Ball. Mm-hmm. You don't really want to fuck with her because it's low key. She got somebody on every realm of existence that can fuck with you. Like you get a god, I got a god. You get an angel, I got an angel. I got Saiyans. Like she got everything that can fuck with you, low key.
Very true. Very true. So I don't know, man, like they could potentially drag out a chapter 100 to be a little bit more charged with a Makugo Sapo, shoot it, aftermath, and then the chapter ends up nice and tidy and superheroes over. Or maybe the end of it is like they flash back to the Goku Vegeta fight. Here's my real question for you guys though. We get typically 45 pages in a chapter. It does seem like he's ready to shoot that beam through dude's head at any moment. Do you think we get a tease of what the next arc looks like at the end of next month's chapter, or is it gonna fully be the end, hopefully, of this stupid motherfucking waste of my time movie retelling? What do you think, Ray?
I think we'll get the end of this, but will we get the next part of the next chapter? I think it just depends on if the next arc is going to be like tomorrow. You know what I mean? If it's going to be a few months, we might have to get like a build into it because I don't know. Because what could be at the end of this? You have what? Frieza show up at the end.
That's what I said to you guys the other day. Yeah,
on Beerus planet, which. That would be interesting.
I found you, monkeys. I'm Black Frieza.
Because that would mean at that point, Frieza's ready to go against Beerus. And that would be a nice fucking arc if it was like a Beerus versus Frieza type of thing. Because we already know the Saiyans they're nowhere near ready to fight him. Because that would be the only person he would be going there to fight. So
that would be so fucking cool. I don't know.
I'll be like Totoro so doing his own thing right now. Like, oh Jesus.
In Totoro we trust. Hayden, what do you think, man? Are they gonna wrap it up next month, or will we get a little tease of what the next arc will be?
I feel like they're going to wrap it up next month, like how the movie where they had the end of the movie was the fight between Goku and Vegeta. Is they're going to have maybe 5 pages kind of dedicated to finishing off this, and then probably maybe finishing off a little bit more on the fight between Goku and Vegeta, and then a little bit more in there. Because GB and I were not GB, Raysean and I were talking about it prior on.
I confuse Ray and GB all the time because I made so many podcasts, both of them. I did it
anyway.
Today.
GB and I are close, don't you know? I'm both of these fellas. But yeah, I don't think I don't think we're going to end the chapter with a tease to anything. It'll just be a whole lot of just filling in to make it go with the movie. Then they're going to have a whole new chapter afterwards, because at that point it'll be able to start entirely new. Because they still have a little bit left counting the movie with the Goku Vegeta stuff. They could add more to it, which, like I said, Raysean and I were talking about could maybe be a chapter or 2, maybe. I hope not. I could see it doing that though.
I don't know how they don't wrap this next month with between shooting the beam after the battle, the little conversation, Pandra runs up, hugs your dad, and then they flash back to Goku and Vegeta finishing the fight and Broly crying. If they don't cover all of that next month.
So you would think 10 pages for the end of maybe the fight, and then maybe
it shouldn't 20 be that much,
pages, 20 pages for maybe Goku Vegeta fight. That's at most.
20 pages? What are you fucking high?
I'm just saying, because you get 45. I'm just saying.
Like 2? How about 2? They show up. They're both fucking.
If you give them 2 pages, then we might get a short ass chapter, because I don't know if they're going to introduce the next arc unless they do a time skip.
Every single dude, every arc that they end in Dragon Ball Super. The finale of that arc, it's concluded in the first 50% of a chapter. There's a reason I'm asking you guys this, and then the other 50% of it is almost setting up what's about to happen for the following chapter. That's why
I remember from the last Granola arc, they just had Whis taking them like from that planet and was basically like kind of like talking, but they didn't do like a whole setup for like.
For superhero, movie. You're right. Maybe that is the outlier because this thing's its own fucking thing. Or did they do something with the prequels? Either way, it doesn't matter. The prequel being like the Goten Trunk shit. But like, Tournament of Power rolls into Granola. Tournament of Power runs into Moro. Moro runs into Tournament of Power. Shit, dude, I'm all fucked up. Let me try again. Tournament of Power rolls into Moro. The end of Moro happens. Granola rolls into the end of Moro. Like, they're all always connected. I'm pretty sure that Tournament of Power, I don't know. I guess I'm not really familiar with the recruitment article.
But is it the only thing is, I don't know if the tournament power in the anime and the tournament power in the manga are different, right?
Significantly in a lot of ways, yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, so is the Goku Black arc though. Like,
I don't think it was that much time difference. So I mean, if the next arc is within the next, like, you know, thing, yeah, I could feel like it's gonna be there. But if it's gonna be like some more time between it, yeah, then I think it's gonna be a second. I'm with the whole deal. I would love to see a Beerus versus Black Frieza. I think everyone would. I mean, I feel like that would kind of
imagine that, dude. Black Frieza just shows up on the planet, kills Beerus right away, and then what happens? The Whis angel attendant is deactivated and he ceases to exist, and then what happens?
He would have to get his own.
Then we get a new Kaioshin, and then what do? Well, we have to beat Frieza. Maybe Frieza just ascends to the god of destruction. I don't know what happens. I'm scared. What do we do?
There'll be some.
GB, I don't think I asked you, man. What do you think the end of the next chapter is going to look like? Do we get a tease of the next arc? Or is it just going to be the finality of Superhero?
So I think we do get a tease of the next arc, because one thing you also have to remember as well, I know that of course December is like a very like celebratory month in Japan.
Why? Because Christmas time is here?
Sort of that, but then also going into February, because honestly, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we probably won't see anything till after February, probably more into March.
You think they're going to take 2 full months off?
The reason why is because I know definitely in February they have another like huge thing that happens in Japan. Another, like, I forget the name of it, but I know that Hayden would know this, because in Dokkan they have this whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, this week is like a celebration. I forget the name of the holiday.
Saiyan Day?
Not Saiyan Day.
That's all I can think
later
of.
on. But there's like another thing,
a Japanese holiday.
But anyway.
Oh, I know. That's all I can think of is because around then Saiyan Day. I can't think of what happens in February.
Is it like a Comic-Con?
Maybe I'm getting my months mixed up, but it's like basically like I think for a whole week,
Golden Week.
Golden Week. That's what I was thinking about.
We're learning.
We are learning. But honestly, I feel like we might get a preview, and I'm even gonna go in further and just like predict what the next chapter might be. I don't think we're going to see Black Frieza for maybe a while, and the only reason why I say that is because Black Frieza probably going to do Black Frieza things, and that's like take over different worlds and build up his army more. Because
for sure, good point.
Let's be honest, we don't know how big his army is. We know that's small, but we don't know exactly how small it is. But I want to say that like the next arc, and it might be a mini arc, would probably be like Broly training arc. Like, I honestly would love to
give it to Hayden, man.
And again, something that like the reason why I think this as well is because something I wanted to see as well was actually a fan animation that was going around like maybe about a month or so ago, and it was the Goku versus Broly fight. I think
you're not talking about Dragon Ball Legend, are you?
No.
You're talking about Dragon Ball Legend.
No, it's not Dragon Ball Legend. It's a fan animation. It was a different one that was like manga style.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yes.
Is it the Legend
you haven't seen it,
Kyle. I'm pretty sure I have, and I fucking hate it. So let's not do this.
But the only reason why, like, the reason why I want to see this is because I would like to see Broly really become more of a prominent character in the Z Warriors itself. I would like, people to really be like, oh, hey, this is Broly, like, and they get
I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry, I just cut you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like if you make Broly part of the main cast, what is the need for the Z Fighters?
What, you think he's gonna fucking beat Goku?
No, I'm saying it's like it's no point of really needing the Z fighters
They
anymore.
already don't have a fucking point, man.
But now you really not giving them more now because now you got 3 of the strongest Saiyans
And Piccolo and Gohan. There's 5.
You don't need them. Like they're just there for real.
After
Like
the superhero arc, man, they're allegedly on par. I mean, you know, let's see what that fucking looks like when they're all in the same room. I don't believe they're on par.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're definitely not on par.
I think Piccolo is not. From what I don't know. Because my mindset, I feel like Goku and Vegeta should be able to beat this Cell a lot easier than how these people get
if you remember, there was a thing that came out that said, like, I don't know if this is an official statement or not. Kyle, you'd probably be able to check me on this. But there was a statement that said that, like, Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo were at the same level, basically, of Goku and Vegeta.
Nah, so that is spoken by a character in terms of dialogue during this arc in the manga. Meanwhile, they've got no idea about the shit that Goku and Vegeta just went through.
But
you know, so like they're talking about Goku and Vegeta the last time they saw them, which is Tournament Power. Well, actually, Moro.
No, it'll be
Moro. Technically, Moro.
Yeah, Moro. If it was it still said in the manga? Because I think it was said in the.
Probably in the movie.
It was probably in the movie as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think it was just in the movie. I don't remember if it was in the manga. But what I would like to see is just like a little mini arc of Broly training where it's like, you know, he's getting to better himself, like where he's controlling his anger. I feel like Goku. I would even say, and this is on par with me because I'm always like pulling something out of left field. I honestly could see Broly being a candidate for God of Destruction and Beerus realizing that.
After all the training he just gave Vegeta in the Granola arc to do the Ultra Ego thing?
I mean, yes, but it's like even with Vegeta,
I guess you can have more candidates, can you?
Yeah, because technically you could have more candidates, but at the same time too, if you really think about it, one thing that like Vegeta has always had is that like pride in himself and also that Saiyan pride. It's like always been like, oh yeah, like this and that with the Saiyans and whatever. It's like Broly, he, at least from what we know, he doesn't really seem to care. He's just more like, yeah, I like to fight, but also
So you think he'd be more indiscriminative versus Vegeta? Like maybe, in that role?
Maybe, but it's like, I don't know. Like I feel
like you would have to be able to destroy anything.
Yeah. I feel like
indiscriminately.
Yeah, I feel like definitely that Broly and Vegeta, like a nice Broly and Vegeta fight would definitely be like another Broly and Vegeta fight would definitely be like on my what I would like to see list.
I bet you Vegeta will be a bitch and be like, no, never mind. But whatever.
He might be like that, but then Beerus.
Do they have a good setup? Do they have a good reason to fight though?
Just to train.
Yeah, because I'm like, because his rivalry would be more with Goku, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, that's true. But if you think about it, technically, but not really technically, and it's loose technically. Broly,
I guess they do hate his dad.
Training under Goku in a sense. So yeah,
Goku's
he'd probably be like, yeah, I would love to beat the shit out of like out of Goku's training, because I mean, look what he did to Gohan. And the Namek arc, like many years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that would be interesting. I would love to see him get trained by Goku, because I just would love him to beat the stereotype that he's not a good trainer, because Piccolo keeps saying that bullshit and fucking pisses me off.
It would be interesting to have Goku take on a pupil in Broly before he takes on a pupil in Oob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that he can become a better
Wouldn't that
tutor
be
for
fucking funny? He trains up Broly to be a god of destruction or something. He trains up Oob to be a fucking angel attendant. Wouldn't that be cool?
I've always been,
and that's
I want to see more.
Overall general ending theme of Dragon Ball Z is that the fucking student always becomes the master and has to pass on his fucking knowledge to the next generations. And wouldn't that be so beautiful? He does not even have to ascend to the fucking realm of godhood himself, because that's just not his bag. He's not into that shit. Instead, he decides, I'm just going to train the next gods and be that guy to help get them set up. And that's what I do. I just,
because I miss Oob. I really want to see more Oob, and I know I'm probably just speaking into the.
I have to admit they're over the time thing, and
please,
they're never gonna do it.
Please, for the love of God, Funimation.
We just gotta
plead for things. Plead to the right people.
Just hear me out. Okay? When it comes to the voice acting, right, for the dub of the American dub,
you're not gonna
or the English dub.
Who you gonna ask for?
Whatever. Just please don't have fucking the person who did Deku's voice in the English dub. Please, because they did him for Xenoverse, again, different story, but please do not do that, because every time I heard it, I was like, no, this is not this is not Oob, this is not him.
What if they dark skinned Indian man?
What if they do Samuel Jackson? That'd be interesting.
Sensible motherfucker.
I didn't say fucking black.
Man, I just feel like that would watch it.
They redeemed themselves when they got I don't know his actual name, but his name is on Instagram is Childish Gambino, to be Gamma 2's American voice actor.
Wait a minute. What's his name? Childish what?
I don't know his actual name, but his Instagram name is Childish Gambino, I think it is.
Gambino, okay.
Yeah, but he did the voice of Gamma 2 in the American dub. But
you ever seen Malcolm in the Middle?
Hell yeah.
You know the black dad on there?
Yeah, Stevie's dad. I kind of remember him.
He does like a whole lot of voice acting. I would like to see him do it.
I believe it. That guy was funny on that show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's pretty much chapter 99, Son Gohan's Ultimate Awakening, or whatever the fuck. We're almost there, boys. I've been saying we're almost there for 12 calendar months. I'm almost there in terms of the fucking bridge, but hold on for one more month.
We're almost there, guys.
We're almost there.
Let's make a suicide circle.
Suicide Circle. Suicide Circle would be a cool name for a metal band.
That does sound kind of metal.
Suicide Circle's metal as fuck. Any final thoughts on chapter 99 before we go on to the last thing here?
It was lit.
Yeah, not lit. Yeah, go
ahead.
I want to change that's funny. I want to change one thing because GB was talking and it got me randomly thinking next arc. I want the actual end of the next thing might give a tease of it now that I think about it. And it's it's based on a few pictures I've seen of Gohan with the Beast thing, of Gohan struggling to control Beast, of a next arc could theoretically be him actually harnessing that.
Trying to get that. Have a Gohan training art.
Because,
so basically, it's like a UI, like how UI sign was.
Spider-Man symbiote in Spider-Man 2. If you've played it,
I have played it.
That's what I'm thinking right there. Is he's having a hard time mastering it and controlling it, and that's the whole arc. That's at least a filler arc of him mastering that part, because it overpowers him, like when he's asleep and he has to deal with it.
I just thought of it basically. I just imagine like Bully Maguire, but instead Bully Gohan.
How funny would that be?
Around dancing.
He goes up to do like a college lecture and he like knocks some fucking student's book out of their hand.
It's like nerd.
Nerd.
That would be cool. That'd be funny, but that's the whole thing. It's like
I guess you could have a dual training arc type of thing with Broly on one part of it and then Gohan on the other part of it.
Or they train each other. They both have a hard time controlling their power, so they train each other.
Or if Goku gets smart and be like, fuck it, I might as well bring my son up here and get us all to the fucking level, since technically he should be the one stronger than all of us.
Or get all the sons.
I wish that they would be that. I mean, hope this is like my little bit of hope and the fucking eternal darkness that is Dragon Ball. The little flicker of hope that I have is that maybe Goku and Vegeta do have that moment of like, we're in no shape to get back at Black Frieza at this moment. That's why we brought Broly to Beerus' planet and we're training with him, because we know we're gonna need him. And I hope at a certain point they're like, shit, man, we better get Gohan and Piccolo up here as well. Like, bring a gang up here. Like, we need to be ready to fight this fucking guy just in case. It would be cool if they did something like that, especially building off of the superhero manga arc, because so much of this arc has been, yeah, it's a Gohan story, yeah, it's a Piccolo story, but it really has been they've done a decent job with the emphasis on the entire group contributing And I'd love to see something like that continue when it does flashback to Goku and Vegeta. Like, what's the group around them look like? If there is a group, are they all contributing, or is it just the Goku goes first, Vegeta goes second, Goku goes again show? So I'm all set with that shit. But that's chapter 99, Noventa Nuevo.
Woo, okay.
Spanish. Espanol. I have this friend, it's a coworker. He can't, I don't think he does it on purpose, but every time he says it, I'm like, bro, that's racist. Whenever we have somebody call that speaks Spanish, he'll go to the girl that we have on our team who speaks Spanish. He'll go, hey, can you take a phone call? It's a Spanish speaker. Spanish, not Spanish, Spanish. And I'm like, why do you say it like that? He's like, say it like what? I'm like, Spanish. He's like, yeah, Spanish. I'm like,
you know what he's doing to you?
I don't know if he's doing
how you're saying.
I don't know if it's on purpose or not.
You know what he's doing to you? He's doing the Cool Whip joke.
Nope. You know what? Maybe it started like that a very long time ago.
And he just got so used to saying it that way.
He can't say Spanish normally. It's Spanish, not Spanish. Spanish. Anyway.
I think that's funny.
Yeah, it's fucking funny until you get like secondhand embarrassment for the way that he just said, oh, let me see if I can find a Spanish speaker for you. And I'm like, Jesse, what the fuck? And I'm like, yo, why the fuck are you saying it like that?
It's not taking embarrassment. I'm taking embarrassment to see how long she's going to take it before she reported to HR.
Spanish.
Like, do you think that's racist?
Trust me, this person doesn't need any more time off from HR. All right. Ooh, spicy. Listen. Before we wrap the show, Victory Uchida. Show of hands. Who knows who Victory Uchida is?
My hands is up.
Who is he, Hayden?
Something with Shonen.
God damn it. If you don't know, don't raise your hand. Victory Uchida.
You said something earlier.
He's the editor of Shonen Jump. He is Toyotaro's editor for the Dragon Ball Super manga and a bunch of other ongoing mangas and shows.
Hayden was right.
I wasn't wrong.
He said it had something to do with Shonen Jump, I guess.
I said Shonen. I said with Shonen. I wasn't wrong.
I thought you said Shueisha. You didn't say Shueisha? I thought you said Shueisha.
Oh Christ, I'm surrounded.
I take it back.
I said Shonen.
I didn't say nothing.
I was wrong in the most technical way. I was right in the most technical way.
Listen to me. Victory Uchida, the editor of Shonen Jump, he confirmed that during an interview during the Tamashii Nation 2023, which is the thing that I don't really know what the fuck that is, but I assume it's some kind of media panel deal. Maybe it's a New York Comic-Con sort of setup. I don't really know. I don't really care. At this event, he made the comment, confirmed it. By the way, if you don't know who Victory Uchida is, he's the dude who wears like the big yellow, like two things off his head. You don't know what I'm talking about? No?
I think I've seen a picture of him.
He's all over Dragon Ball. He's all over Shonen Jump everything, but he does a ton of Dragon Ball. He's good to do like a Dragon Ball interview on DB Super dot whatever the fuck EN.
I have seen him. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone is like at least peripherally aware of him because of the stupid big yellow hair thing that he wears. But he said in a statement at this interview that Dragon Ball Super is far from over and will continue for a long time, which is kind of a no shit statement in my estimation anyway. But I've also seen some people think like it's coming to an end. Dragon Ball Daima is going to happen and it's going to come to an end for Dragon Ball Super. They're going to end this manga. And apparently they have no intentions of ending it anytime soon, which I think checks out. I see no reason why I cannot be reading new chapters of Dragon Ball Super well into my fucking 40s. I just wanted to throw this comment out to you guys and say, or see, is there anything, let's say Dragon Ball Super runs for another, I don't know, let's just put an easy number on it, 10 years, okay? By that I mean manga, and then hopefully they adapt the manga into anime and all that stuff. What kind of wild out there kind of arc? You don't have to link it to anything currently ongoing in the manga. Maybe you build off of it and take like several steps from there, and this is what you'd like to see. Kind of outside of the box question, kind of hard to quantify, but Hayden's laughing the most. So what do you?
I want to go first.
Oh shit, Raysean,
I'm laughing at GB's face.
Why? Because
Yeah,
he's
GB.
smiling? He's
Because I'm the guy who does this shit daily.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to get you a better microphone if you're gonna be doing it daily. Raysean, what's your estimate?
I only got like 3 statements. I want to give GB more the floor of this one since he seems so happy for it. First thing I want to say, I want to see us go to other universes. This is something I've been wanting for the longest. We need to see other universes. We need to see that whole Jiren versus Goku rematch because they kind of set it up, and I kind of want to see that too. Two, I would like to see the gods of destructions get surpassed. I would love to start to see new gods start to get in there, seeing our characters starting to actually seem like they're progressing. Because if you think about it, they seem like they've been at the same like level for the longest, and it's kind of like, are they stronger than bears? Are you not? Like, I want them to start making a lot more of those things concrete. 3, I mean, damn, I don't really have a 3, so you can go ahead.
Doesn't have a 3, GB. It's for.
Oh no, 3. My 3 is I still want those chapters of first person Frieza. I want to see some.
When
chapters
you say first person, you don't mean first person, because first person would be like the whole chapters through Frieza's eyes. You just want chapters that go off and follow Frieza's story for a while.
I want that.
Right?
Yeah,
I kind of want it from his perspective, like his thoughts, his commentary, his like. So I would think first person would be the right.
I feel like first person implies that you're seeing it through his eyes, but if the narrative does follow Frieza, they could very easily afford you that opportunity by doing some inner monologue through some thought bubbles or some shit. We're on the same page. I know what you mean. I don't want people nitpicking your language, so I do it for them. GB, what do you think?
So basically everything that Raysean said, but also more. I would love to see something way before Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball in general. Like, I want to see, because again, when we talked about Moro, like when Moro was coming up, and I kept telling y'all, like, I love the lore. Yeah, it's like, I want to see more. I also want to see, like,
He's a ram?
Anyways, so I would like to see
that would be gold
more of.
Is it a gold or a ram? Let's figure it out real quick. I say ram.
I think it's a gold.
Let me look at him.
Right, you flipped on me. No, I think it's a ram because he got the curly horns.
Only reason why I think it's a goat because ain't goats more brought like with devilish type of characters?
The goats do have the dark magic. That's a valid point. I'm going ram, space magic ram, magic space ram, evil magic space ram.
Space Ram.
Evil Magic Space Ram.
Hell yeah, dog. 3 out of 4. GB, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that was a very pressing matter. Continue.
It's a ram.
Okay. I definitely would like to see also like the original you know how they said the legend of the Super Saiyan God, you know, or the first legend of the original Super Saiyan, which of course, yes, we got them. Yeah. Like I would love to see more of that. I would love to see more of the world building in itself, you know. It's something also I would really love to see where the fuck future Trunks and future Mai are. Like, I want to see where they are because, you know, we just saw them like, bye, we'll see you later. And it's like, cool.
To live in a new dimension where there were also versions of themselves that also live there.
And I would love to see, like, see more of that. Like, I would like to actually
Future Trunks arc.
Right?
The Super 17 arc where they fuse into Super 17 and GT, but instead it's a Super Future Trunks arc. And then that's how you make Future Trunks a relevant, regular member of the cast again because he's too fucking powerful to be able to stay in that timeline. So he's got to come over to this timeline because somehow it's okay here.
I'm surprised why they didn't let him. I guess also, the whole time shit.
Also, another thing I would like to see too is like Zeno, like how like Zeno came to be, how all the gods of destruction all came to be. Like I could go on, but basically, like those are some of the top things. I think there's one more thing as well. Something I would like to see is I would like to see a series on Dr. Gero, like just actually like Dr. Gero being raised, getting into Red Ribbon Army, like, you know, having Android 16, which is his son, you know, like really see that family dynamic. Like I would love to see that. And again, this is me like commonly going out of left field to go to a fucking forest. But these are things I would like to see. And maybe it's because I care too much about Dragon Ball and I'm becoming like Kyle, but I'm just more optimistic. Or maybe I'm just a random guy who needs to put the pipe down.
Yeah, stop smoking weed, crack pipe. I don't know what kind of pipe. Anyway, Hayden, what do you think?
Yeah.
One thing I've actually thought of is I'm going to be taking an idea from fan manga is a universal war, like multiversal war between all the universes.
That too.
When you go on with your thought, I want you to ask yourself this. Give me one instance in pretty much any of Dragon Ball where there's been some kind of war.
Tournament of Power.
Is that a war or is that a tournament?
It's not really a war.
I would think it's a war for survival. It is a tournament, but it's a war for survival. Last one standing will win. You die if you lose. I would consider that more as the biggest war arc that's actually been in Dragon Ball.
I give you that because I mean, if you took out the one rule of killing, I feel like that arc would have had a lot of
Like if it was killing, then it would 100% be a true war arc in the style of a tournament. But
that whole arc would have been probably a lot better, but not crazy.
But and it's not the ones we've seen. It's between the other universes. What was it? Was it 4 universes that were exempt from the tournament?
Yeah, but then we should lose because they were like not included because they were super more powerful. No, so I would love to see that.
And it's been they're like it's like a like I'm using Kakume as an example because that's one of my favorite fan mangas. They target Goku because he's the strongest thing in all the multiverses. They cut him out. They start targeting people in the universe 7. There's Frieza. Go after him. They can't kill him. Okay, let's go after Gohan and shit like that. It's just expanded on that until eventually it's like, Beerus catches wind and they go to the other universes and literally start having to kill characters. Like they said, Frieza, you go take on universe 1. I don't know all the universes. Shit like that. And I think that could be a cool way to do it, to introduce the other ones because they don't want to have any sort of threat to the power of them being the strongest ones or like the highest mortal level.
I just want to add on this because you said this and I thought that would be crazy. If our Dragon Ball Z characters get strong enough where you can be like Frieza, go take out Universe 1, I can see why they coming for us. like that's
that would be cool.
That would be some crazy shit right there. But keep going.
And then the other one is it's Kyle's favorite thing is Super Dragon Ball Heroes. They do something like that.
Super Dragon Ball Heroes.
Like they start because I'm gonna go.
Damn.
I'm going to go based on the game Kakarot because Kakarot has introduction of Toa and Mira into the whole thing of it. And I think it was I could be wrong on this. Toriyama's talked about that game is the true canon of Dragon Ball Z. I could be wrong on that. But I know at least has the aspect. It adds more to it. All else fails. It adds more to it, which is why it's more canon. But they introduced Toa and Mira. So it does show the possibility of that being in the overall timeline. So having some of them come into play, like bringing, even if it's not what we know, say Foo's there, Toa, Mira, and it's supposed to bring in Mask Saiyan, they start bringing in other characters throughout it. Like we don't know anything of, but it's multiversal stuff.
That would
Dragon
be awesome.
Ball Multiverse of Madness.
Wasn't that a manga?
Dragon Balls.
Yeah, what's so funny is I feel like we skipped about them in this whole thing. I would love to see them do something with the Gammas, or if they keep both Gammas, I would love them to do something with both of them. I think it'll be interesting. I think there'd be some interesting younger type of characters with some interesting personalities, especially 2. He seems like a funny type of character that trying to add into some dynamics because I would like to see him like with Goku or even with some more moments with Piccolo, just them type of conversations and stuff.
Feel it. My wish list is sort of short, but it does start with a thing that they need to fucking do. And if they don't do it for the duration of the Dragon Ball Super manga, I don't know, man. I feel like I only have so much time left if they don't choose not to make a decision, but they need to move beyond the end of Dragon Ball Z. They need to move beyond the end of Dragon Ball Z. I'll say it a third time. They need to move beyond the end of Dragon Ball Z. Staying in this little fucking pocket of time just so you don't upset or disrupt the canon. Put that shit to bed, man, because you're never going to be able to tell quality stories when every story you have to tell takes place over the course of 8 fucking hours or 48 minutes in the case of the Tournament of Power. Granola arc, I was like a day and a half. Maybe. I don't know, man. They need to move beyond that. Okay, that's first and foremost. They need to move beyond that. I am literally clenching my fucking hands into fists, and I will throw these fists at every publisher who works at Shueisha tomorrow morning at dawn. But I'd also like to see them go visit Universe 6, Planet Sadala, a planet full of Saiyans. That's been the thing they've been teasing since Kabe showed up, and Caulifla and Kefla and all that bullshit, right? Or what's their fucking name? Kale and Caulifla. Since they showed
and they
up,
make Vegeta honorary king. Oh my god!
I don't need that. I just want Vegeta to go.
I just think that'd be
random question. I don't mean to interrupt, but random question: is Vegeta's brother ever mentioned in Super?
He is during the beginning of the Beerus arc. They have the count, and they're like, "Oh, Vegeta, you have a brother out there. Call your brother up." And they're like,
"Right,
we don't know where he's at. He's somewhere out in space, banging that little fucking squid wife of his."
I was thinking, like, it would be crazy if they went to Universe 6 and it's like his brother is like the king of the Saiyans.
That'd be interesting. That'd be a reason why they're so weak.
So needs to move beyond the end of Z. Want to go see Planet Sadala. Want to see what happens with Black Frieza. I just want,
and that could be a movie, the Sadala movie.
It'd be an easy movie to make. It'd be an easy short movie to make. They go visit, a bad thing happens. Thank God Goku and Vegeta are here. Oh, we're all friends now and united for the rest of our days. Those are the two main things. I just want to see the cast continue to expand, and by that I mean, like, a passage of time has to happen. Get Oob involved. Hopefully Gohan and Piccolo stay involved. I'm not really counting my chickens on that one, especially when it comes to Gohan. Gohan's whole trope is that he continuously reverts to his fucking nerdy old self. Beast form be damned. That bitch is going to be reading a book next fucking Tuesday. Guaranteed. And he'll forget all about his little adventure fighting fucking Cell in a secret laboratory real quick. I just continue to build it out. Like, go beyond the fucking 25th Budokai. And, you know, it seems like, let me rephrase. I don't know for a fact that they will. It could go on for forever like this in this little pocket of time. If they do that, that's some of the pussy ass fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. I mean, yeah, maybe you got to retcon the end of Z a little bit, but why not just have a whole arc of Super be Goku fucking training Oob? Why can't you just time skip through that over the course of a few chapters? Oh, this is where he starts. Oh, next chapter, 3 years later. Oob's doing some fucking shit. Another time skip, the next 5 years later. All right, Oob, your training's done. Time for me to go back and see my family. Anyway, cool to have you on the team now. See you soon for some shit, I'm sure. Peace. Just, if it's going to continue, let's fucking do it. You know, enough of this fucking pussy shit. So fucking sick of this safe space for fucking, we can't upset the canon. It's between the end of Boo and the end of Dragon Ball Z. It's somewhere in there. I'm so sick of that shit. I'm so fucking sick of that shit. All right. I'm aggravated, but that's okay because it's time to end the show anyway. I need to go have a cigarette and get on with my fucking night. Before we do, I just want to thank the Patreon members who continue to pay for this show to get hosted on the internet with their own fucking dollars because they are the realest of the real. And I love them so much. So our active, let me just look at this because I got all, let's see, we want all these active payment.
I got like 3 I remember.
Well, what are their names?
Mo Jackson.
Yep.
You got Baby Jaren.
Yep.
Victor.
Yep. Victor is back. Victor let his card lapse, but he's back. I'll just do it from the top down. Special shout outs to Kyle Cleghorn, Mo Jones, Roberto, Dallas the Hulk Hulkovich, Victor O'Roman, Marcus Maris Woods, my brother from another, David the Future MD, cheers, Reese Andriotis from Down Underrate, Down Under Mates, not Underrate.
Jace.
Oh, I should have remembered Reese too. I always forget Reese for some reason.
We've got to figure out your mic situation, GB. Holy shit. Reese Andriotis, and then LBJ, Dan Rivera, and Brandon Paxos, I think just signed up again in the last couple months. So thank you to the 10 of you dudes who are helping us continue to make these stupid podcasts. Because if I had to pay $20 a month per show to have this shit hosted, I'd be it. I'd be like, oh, I'm poor. I'm dead. No more podcasts. I died. So thank you to them if you enjoy the show and wanted to get an uncut version very early, because these people, they're probably hearing this on like a Friday night, Saturday morning. They're getting this shit early. You're hearing this shit early next week, like a Monday or a Tuesday. You could have had it 3 to 4 days earlier if you just gave us $5. And by give, I mean donate. And by donate, I mean share, because sharing is caring and you care about this show. So GB, Ray, Hayden, we're going to wrap this thing up, but I want to give you guys a minute to plug your shit. GB, we'll start with you, buddy.
Yeah, I did a face reveal. It's on Instagram.
GBXI.
Like yes, but not everyone has. I'm going to be coming back to Twitch streaming at some point when I get my mic shit figured out, when I get my new stuff figured out.
You just need a mic stand, really, is all it needs. Like,
I do have a mic stand. I actually have for my Shure SM7B. It's here. It's just, it needs all the other shit.
Let me ask you a real question. This is some nerdy podcast shit I might have to cut out. On your SM7B, do you have the 7B, like the USB, the MV7, or the regular Oxy?
Hold on, trying to grab
XLR
it right now.
is what I meant to say. Oh, it's a real one. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you have an MV7B, get the SM7B foam for your MV7B, because that shit pops like a bitch and that foam is terrible. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically, I'm coming back to Twitch at some point. Check in the later dates. I'll post it on my Instagram and shit. But thank you to everyone. And MPC hopefully will be coming back at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to talk to Paul about it.
You belong on this show with us now. That's okay. I won't tell Paul. It's fine. Hayden, what do you got going on, man?
Go check out Dokkan Wen on Spotify and iTunes. We're coming back to doing at least monthly releases right now. And go check out our other show, Games and Gamers Podcast, on YouTube. We review all sorts of video games. We have Sea of Stars coming out very soon, and then Parasite Eve afterwards. So come out for all sorts of video games.
Sounds like some real nerd shit. Raysean, what do you got, my brother?
All right, you guys can check me out on the Raysean Gas and Anime Podcast. Hopefully my links be below. We've been going over the whole Dragon Ball Z, doing our rewatch. We're almost done with the Saiyan arc, which is actually crazy because I thought it was longer than this, but it's not. It's actually a little shorter than I remembered it to be. So if you guys want to catch up, I think we're only like 4 or 5 episodes in, so go ahead, hop in. Hopefully we'll get Kyle back in with us. He wanted to take a little short vacation.
That was Raysean trying to trick me into doing an episode soon. He's like, no, it's actually not a very long saga at all, Kyle. Come on.
It was really not. But
compared to like Frieza or Cell, it's a nothing saga. You're right.
And we about to record it, so now you got to come to Freezer with us now. So, all right, that's basically plug-in. We got some cool episodes else coming up. If you want something other than Dragon Ball, but it's kind of weird since you listen to a Dragon Ball kind of pod. But we got some stuff with Bleach.
They like Naruto, Laundry.
We did some manga stuff, and I think we're gonna do some Naruto coming up. So. Hit me up.
Go check out Raysean's stuff. Links in the show notes for his podcast and Hayden's podcast and GB. Maybe there'll be one for NPC, but I always fucking struggle trying to find a link for your show, which is not a great sign, but that's neither here nor there. Make sure you check out the season 2 finale of the Advice Pod that just dropped earlier today. We're doing this on Black Friday, so go check out season 2. There's a big surprise at the end. Big surprise news. But yeah, that's about it for Super Dope. Make sure you rate and subscribe to the show wherever you're listening. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. Stitcher's not a thing anymore. Oh, I gotta fucking get that shit out of my vernacular. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. If you do leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, I'll read it. I'll fucking read it live on the show. We'll talk about what you had to say. Maybe you have some constructive criticism. I'm not above being constructed upon, so long as it's positive.
Maybe we can make that a segment. That might give us more reviews.
Trust me, I've tried it a billion times. It's just like it happens once every 6 months. Unless it's me, then it'd be like a year. And then it's like, we can't really make this a segment if it's only once a year. So we'll be back at some point. next month for some shit. I do have a couple of super dope episodes kicking around in my brain now that advice is over. At least one solo, and then maybe we could do a movie or something for Christmas, some kind of special holiday episodes. We'll see what happens, see how it fucking metastasizes, what a good word that is. And we'll see you next time. See you next time for Super Dope. Dragon Super Dope. Dragon Ball Super Dope. It is a great time. Yep, that's about as good as that's getting. I gotta pee really bad, so